Now, if you were listening yesterday, we told you about the leaked Oscars winners list. Well, that's caused quite a betting frenzy ahead of tonight's glitzy ceremony. And with that in mind, here are the Hot Fives odds in our very own countdown to this year's Academy Awards. At 5, usually a dead cert, is the thousands of dollars worth of diamonds and dresses on show, but the Academy are shying away from its normal display of decadence. In the build-up to the Oscars, Hollywood's definitely shown signs of being in the midst of an economic slump. Caterers and party organisers say celebration plans have slowed and budgets for festivities have been cut, some by as much as 75%. And there's also the chance to give to charity, a nod to the fact that self-indulgence can be deemed a little insensitive in these tough times. Next at 4, he may not be up for an Oscar, but host Hugh Jackman could well steal the show. The star of Australia says he plans on being drunk and naked. Not the most orthodox way of improving the TV ratings, but hey, it's worth a shot. Organisers have promised a short and snappy ceremony. Jackman reckons no more than 3 hours. And at 3, it's the Best Actor award. You've got veteran Hellraiser turned Oscar favourite Mickey Rourke, accepted back into Hollywood royalty with his role as the Wrestler. Brad Pitt, Sean Penn and Richard Jenkins are all in with a shout, as is Frank Langella for his role as the disgraced President Richard Nixon, starring opposite Britain's Michael Sheen in Frost Nixon. And let's not forget Heath Ledger, who died of a suspected drugs overdose over a year ago. He's posthumously nominated for Best Supporting Actor for playing the Joker in The Dark Knight. It was a tough call, but Kate Winslet's at 2 in our Oscars chart. The 33-year-old is up for Best Actress for her performance as a former Nazi concentration camp guard in The Reader. And she finds herself in an all too familiar position. She's been a nominee 5 times, and she's not won 5 times. So it's hard to imagine anyone more nervous than her this evening. Her competition is far from small fry. Meryl Streep is nominated for a record 15th time for Doubt, Anne Hathaway for Rachel Getting Married, Melissa Leo for Frozen River and Angelina Jolie for Changeling. Thankfully, Kate's got a lot of support from home and abroad.
She's brilliant and she deserves to, and she's fab, and even if she sobbed in her speech, I think England should stop being so mean and should get behind her, because she's one of our finest, if not our finest actress.
I think she's a wonderful actress. I think that could be a really good choice, and I'm sure the Brits would like that too, wouldn't they?
And finally, at 1, if awards season were a film, Slumdog Millionaire would be its leading light, practically sweeping everyone off their red-carpeted feet and carrying them off into the sunset. The rags to riches story has already bagged 7 BAFTAs and 4 Golden Globes, but the icing on the cake will of course be the Best Picture Oscar. Up against The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Frost Nixon, Milk and The Reader, Slumdog goes to the Oscars with 10 nominations, and online betting exchange Betfair makes it favourite in 7 of those categories. If it took 7 statuettes, it would equal the performance of Shakespeare in Love, the last British film to bowl the Academy over, but it would need a clean sweep of its nods to beat The English Patient, which won 9 in 1997. Win or lose though, it's been a huge hit at the box office, taking more than £7 million in its first fortnight and £21 million so far, and it's gone down a treat the world over.
I mean, Slumdog was the one that, blew my face off. It was so good, and, we talked about it for so long after we'd seen it. And
I loved it. I actually saw Dev Patel last night, and I was like, oh my God, I was starstruck by him.